I think for some reason the lighting is changing and I am not sure because I am completely relying on natural lighting right now, just because I don't have the energy to um, set up my big ass lights. Although, I probably should, because this is like a sit down video, but I don't feel like it. So we're just gonna have to make do of what we have right now. And anyway, this channel is not really like a super aesthetic professional kind of channel. It's kind of all over the place, but despite that, I thank you guys for continuously watching my videos wherever you are from, whether you're from the United States or from the Philippines. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I want to start this video by thanking you guys for the continuous support. Like, if you have been here since way before the pandemic, I have been like sporadically uploading videos on YouTube, primarily on candle making, and then sometimes vlogs. And then I went into this whole US immigration journey because I also just wanted to document this whole process, because I know a lot of people are going through the same, are taking the same path, and I'm one of those who relied on YouTube to get through this process. Of course, YouTube and the official websites and all that, but primarily I got more ideas on other people's experiences, and that is the entire like goal of this channel, to share my experience, so that my experiences because like it's just basically everything under the sun, the US immigration journey, life in general, and just anything that I can capture, I basically put on here. I'm not very consistent. I don't have I'm not committed to a series, which I probably should if I'm going to take this YouTube thing seriously. Yeah, so we have been officially monetized, and this is like 3 days ago, so that's something that I'm very thankful for, and it's kind of inspiring me as well to produce content. Not gonna lie, of course, money is one of the many things that motivates people, but definitely it's not just the money. So behind in the background, it's really the documentation of my life. Well, parts of my life. I would say it's not everything, obviously. Yeah, so that's my intro, and moving on to the actual content of this video, our actual topic. It's this. So I finally received my green card after a million years. A million years, I would say, because I've been approved for over a month, actually. My approval is Feb 17, 2024, and I got my green card maybe a week, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago is like beginning of April. So that's after 6-8 weeks from approval of my green card. The green card itself isn't really that important to me, because my employment authorization and my travel parole is valid for 5 years. However, it is kind of important, but not that important, so it's not really a super urgent thing. So I wasn't super stressed about it. But to give you a story, so I noticed that but I'm not really sure if this was the real reason why my green card got delayed. Approved Feb 17, card was produced March 5 or something like that. Like in less than 3 weeks, my card was produced, and normally a day after your card is produced, they would start the shipping process. But I didn't really keep track of my card because, it's gonna come if it's gonna come in the mail. It wasn't the showstopper for me or anything, so we just waited for it. But it came to a point that it's like weeks and months has passed and then there's still nothing. So I went on the website and saw that there was a tracking for the card. It was shipped via USPS from Lee Summit. Oh my gosh, they were not able to deliver it to my house. Apparently they attempted, and then there wasn't anyone to receive the document, which is odd because they don't normally give it to a person. They just put the thing in the mailbox and that's it. So and I find that very strange because I have been receiving notices from USCIS in the same address for like 5, 6, 7 times already. And how come like the most important thing, they're finding it hard to, or they weren't able to deliver? But what can I do? It is what it is. So I reached out to their support team via Emma on the USCIS website. It's kind of tricky to navigate because if you don't know the right keywords to use on the chat, and at this same goes with a call. When you call them, you have to use certain keywords to be able to connect yourself to an actual agent. So what I just usually do is I type there connect to live agent, and then eventually it'll ask me for my receipt number, and then that's when the system or the bot is actually in the process of connecting you to an agent. So when it starts to ask you questions like, do you have a filed application or a receipt number already in the system? So things like that. So anyway, so the agent basically told me the same thing, that USPS tried to deliver it to my address and they failed because of, for whatever reason, like no one was there to receive or something like that. So what he or she did is that they filed for a service or a ticket number for a non-delivery, and it would, from the time that they received my non-delivery ticket, it would take 15 business days before USCIS could, or USPS could deliver the my card to my residence. And you know what? To my surprise, they delivered it on the 14th business day from the time of filing. It's just really crazy. And they didn't even look for a person to receive my card. They just inserted it in our mailbox. They put it in our mailbox and that was it. So I don't know what exactly happened the first time that they were trying to deliver it, because it didn't do anything with the address. It's the same address, and I just basically sent a ticket number. So it's strange, but apparently it happens to a number of people, and that is just something that happens, and I don't know why. I'm just gonna have a sip first before I continue my blabbering, because this is I don't know what this is, but this is coffee with milk and something else. My husband made this for me and it's so nice, and it tastes so good as well. I don't normally drink my coffee with actually I have my other cup there. It's with my black coffee, but yeah, it's just been sitting for an hour already, so it must be cold now, and that's why he made me this new cup and wanted me to try his concoction of milk and coffee, if that's what you call it. So anyway, speaking of my nails, my coworker yesterday, he poked his head in my office and just for a minute he just watched me type in my computer, and he asked me like, how are you able to type with those nails? Do you stab the keyboard? I mean, it's just so funny because this is like medium, and I said to him, I have a medium length nail, so it's not very hard for me to type. It's, more, I type faster without it, but I can still type okay with it. And I just love my nails like this length. So he's like, what do you mean that's a medium length? What is long? Like, I've never had long nails. So maybe long is like, sorry, this much longer, like a third more or 50% more of this length. So yeah, that's a bit too long for me, and I don't know if I can function properly with that length of a nail. So anyway, I always just do medium, and I do my own nails because this is Gel X. Because here it's very expensive. Services are very expensive. And so I've also been cutting my hair by myself. I've cut this 3 times already since I got here, just because the ends are just not giving. They're dying. And I need to like trim it from time to time. So I only trim a little bit so that I'm not shocked. I like to keep my hair. I would like to keep this length. And yeah, so we got sidetracked. Where were we? Oh my gosh, where were we? Yeah, I was talking about, okay, so then I got my green card, and also I received my social security. Social security, I didn't have to call them or anything. Within a week after my approval, so this is like 3rd week of February, they sent me a new social security card with without any restriction. So the first social security card that I received had like valid only with work permit or whatever. So now I have like the social security card with no restrictions. What I need to do though is go to BMV. For Indiana, it's BMV, Bureau of Motor Vehicles, and for the rest of the United States, I believe it's DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles. So I don't know if I've said this on YouTube, but one of my followers on TikTok like pointed it out, that why do I always say BMV when it's DMV? Well, actually in Indiana it's DMV, and I am in Indiana, Fort Wayne, Indiana, for those who are asking. Yeah, I get more traction on TikTok when it comes to K1 visa process. However, I don't do that much content on there. I also created a new TikTok account that's a US TikTok account, so that I could have access to the shops, to the TikTok shop here in the US, because with a TikTok account that I made in the Philippines, I'm unable to change my region for some reason. And I also have not posted anything, or I've posted a couple, but there weren't really any like special content or anything. I mean, oh my gosh, the bird is so cute. It's spring. Did I mention that? Of course you know that already. It's just, everything is looking very green and beautiful. The flowers are blooming. You know, I never appreciated these things, like how green the grass could be or could get, how lush the trees could get, because this is something that I normally see in the Philippines, but now I'm starting to understand why people here hype spring and they hype about the summer, because it is not something that stays. They have 4 seasons here, which I feel is very, I mean, I don't like the cold, but just the idea of switching or transitioning from one season to another is kind of nice. I understand that every day is an opportunity for us to reset, but then when your environment resets with you or changes with you, it just gives you a different feeling, a different kind of support. And plus you're able to, at least for me, I'm able to appreciate things better now. Like, okay, you have to see this bird. It is so cute. Like, I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. Oh my gosh, the camera is not picking it up though. I don't know how to work with my zoom. Oh my gosh, okay. It's gone. Alright. I'm not the best in working. I'm using the kit lens that came with this Sony ZV-E10. I wanted to get the vlogging lens pag nagka-budget na tayo. But this, speaking about camera, as a gift to myself, because we're now monetized, the channel is monetized, and I wanted to do some cute a day in my life videos, but this camera is a big ass camera, and I'm shy to like just going around with this big thing. And so yeah, I ordered the this is called the DJI Pocket Osmo. No, I'm saying it wrong. DJI Osmo Pocket 3 Creator Combo. I found it online at Best Buy, California. Believe it or not, it's coming from California because there is no stock here near me. And so it's been a week since we placed the order, and it's finally arriving. It's on its way. It's in transit via FedEx to my location, and it's arriving Tuesday. So we're gonna do an unboxing video and maybe a little bit of a try. It's not a try on, like a test video of how it works and the functionality and stuff. Like, I'm not a tech person, but I would love for my collection. The reason why we opted to get the Sony ZV-E10 is because of its ability to change lens. So in future, I don't need to buy the body, and I just need to buy different lenses depending on, you know, what I want to capture. So that's one reason why I got this camera, and the DJI would be something that I'll use for like outdoor and not a sit down type of video, because it's just very handy, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. I ordered the thing via Rakuten, and I don't know how you say it, but it's like you get discounts when you purchase things on there, and so the retail price is $669 plus tax, so that amounted to $711 US. And let me just convert that in Filipino peso if you are watching from the Philippines and you're seeing like how much it is. So stores there. So if we use 56 pesos per dollar, the total amount would be 39,816 pesos. But because I got a Rakuten discount, I was able to get a $63 discount. So it's $648 times 56. Only paid 36,228 pesos. That's including tax and shipping. I don't know how much it costs in the Philippines, but apparently it's sold out everywhere there, and most of the stocks are in Japan because the internet is just all about this Pocket 3. So we're jumping on the train. It's like what they say. Anyway, I hope that it's I'm pretty sure it's gonna work good, and I hope to be inspired to create and share more videos with you about my life here in the United States as a Filipino immigrant on a K1 visa, now on a 2-year conditional green card, and as a corporate girly as well. I'm turning 30 in 3 months, in less than 3 months, and I am very content with the bird is there again. I am very content with my life right now, like where I am, my job, my husband, my new family here. It's just, I am very, very happy, and I cannot believe that being 30 and getting to a place where I'm very much content. How do I say this? It's like the things that I aspired before, I have them now. Like a home, a partner, like a job, a good job, everything. And it's just an endless wanting of something So it's not even necessarily like material things, because I'm not a fan of having much of everything anyway. So that's why our house is very like a minimalist house. Although I wanna make I wanna have more decorations. We will get to that as we course through this year. We have a lot of plans when it comes to this house. My husband moved here 2 years ago. This is basically a newly built house, and there's not a lot of decors yet. So that is my role, to make this house look pretty. So that's something that I want to make a series on also. But anyway, what I was talking about is, like, human as we are, we're naturally insatiable. And my dilemma at the moment is about having or not having kids of our own in future. I'm still 30, and I think I still have a bit of time to think about it, whether I want kids or I don't want kids. I'm trying to figure out or understand or find the reason to have kids, because first and foremost, I am far, far away from my siblings and my parents and my aunts and my friends, and I know it's gonna be, I have my husband and his family, but I know it's just gonna be different when I also have that support system while I go through that process. And having a kid here would mean for me to stop working for a little while so I can tend to our kid, and that would mean I would like put a pause on my career. That's a little too selfish to put it that way, but that's how I feel. I guess I don't know. I don't know or have not found the reason yet to transition from this point of me being so content and being so happy with all the freedom and liberty to use my time as I please, or do whatever I want whenever I want. I know all of that's gonna change when I have a kid of my own, because our world is gonna revolve around that tiny human, and I don't know if I'm ready for that. So that's a new crisis that I'm going through. It's not too bad yet, because it's just, it comes and goes, but hopefully it doesn't linger as much as time goes by. That's why I need to keep myself busy. I don't want to deal with it yet, because we're not at a point where, okay, I'm like 45 and I can't have babies anymore. We're not there yet. So maybe I will revisit and give it a really good thought when I'm 35 or something. But right now, I'm just really enjoying this life that I have, that we have. So that's one of the things that if you're a Filipino, or if you're from a different country moving here in the US, that's one of the things that are one of the struggles that we face, especially if you're wanting to have a kid, because it's unlike in the Philippines. Well, I don't know, I can't speak for the general public, but it seems like having a kid is not really something that people think about or plan. Like, I'm speaking from my experience. I am the eldest of 4, and my parents are unemployed. I grew up under my aunt's care because my parents are unable to financially support me. And then 2 of my siblings grew up with my parents' parents, so my grandparents in Manila, just because, for the same reason, so that they could go to school. And I just cannot be in that cycle. You know, growing up, it it scarred me in a way. Like, I'm so grateful for the support that I got from my aunt and for the life that I lived. But, you know, if I had a choice, okay, I don't want to cry, I don't want to cry. But, you know, if I had a choice, I would have loved to have grown. I would have loved to grow up in a house with my siblings and my parents. But then that's not the life that I lived. And you know, this is like another story for another day. But it's just something that I carried with me as I grew up. And I've let it go. And it's just that, you know, I'm not making the same mistake that my parents did. Like, I love my parents, but they didn't make the best decisions in life, especially with family planning. So, yeah, okay. Whew. And I feel like that's a typical Filipino story. That generation is just, it's just not the wisest. Not all, but some, especially my parents. So anyway, we are my family and I have a very good relationship right now. It's just that, you know, it could have been better or worse, who knows. But I'm just not gonna make the same mistake. I'm not gonna scar my kid in that way, because I know it wasn't easy. And that's why my guards are up when it comes to ensuring that I am stable myself. I am physically able to provide for myself and for my family, and I'm never gonna put myself in a position where I will be vulnerable to those things. So yeah, there's that. So this is just a random sit down video. I'm hoping that I have been trying to put my thoughts together and how I could put together like a complete K1 to AOS content. So look out for that. Before this month ends, I need to close this chapter, and I want it to be something that you guys will learn from. So I'm gonna try to make it good and construct and structured and well thought of. So there's gonna be a takeaway, and it's not gonna be like a waste of your time. But I hope that this video was able to keep you company, whatever you're doing right now, if you're cleaning the house or if I'm being, because I see that some people watch my videos on their TV. That's so cool, because I watch vlogs on the TV as well, and sometimes it's just a background noise when I'm doing, like when I'm cleaning or just washing the dishes or whatever. Yeah, and I feel like that's so cool that you're watching me in your big screen. So thank you, that is really something, and it means a lot to me. So yeah, I guess this is it. Before I get too emotional, I'm gonna see you in my next video, and you have a wonderful weekend. Bye for now.